Hey guys, it's Stephanie1111 Witchy Babe, and I'm here with the Aries reading for November. So I know you guys, I normally am pulling live, and I actually was pulling live, but my recording got interrupted, so I had to restart because I got seriously interrupted and I was channeling a lot during that moment, and I didn't want to kind of get things more messed up than they already were with that recording because it got interrupted twice. So, these are what I did draw out for you guys. And again, this is going to be for Aries energy for November. And what I'm doing with the readings, how I am being told to kind of deal with them at this point is it's not just Aries, Sun, Moon, and Rising, but it's going to be all any Aries in your chart. So if you have Aries in your chart, there could be messages in this reading for you. If you are an Aries Sun, go ahead and check out the other readings for anything else that's in your chart. If you don't know, I'm talking about your chart, I'm talking about your natal chart. It's very important. If you are here taking time to listen to a tarot reading, go and get your natal chart. Go and learn about yourself. Not everything is about if this guy loves you or this woman loves you or if you're going to get the job or blah, 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 blah. There's like a lot of esoteric information that you have the ability to get your hands on about yourself and how to better yourself and better your life, that just has directly to do with you. So, sorry to go on that little rant. Go get your natal chart, okay? It's free. Astro.com, cafeastrology.com. I'm sure there's other, I can't think of the other one that I use as well, but go get it, start researching it, learn how to read it. If you don't want to do that, hire an astrologer. I have some recommendations. If you'd like, you can shoot me a message on my personal Facebook or through my groups. So let's go ahead and dive into this. So first I started off with channel messages, and that was these two cards right here. But now things are all mixed up and everything's all laid out. I think I'm just going to kind of go back and reread it because maybe there's something in here that I missed in that first recording. And that's why I got cut off, right? I was very, very angry, guys. I was very angry of why this reading got cut off because I've been trying to record for a month and I finally got a day two. And then it was a really good reading and I got cut off. But you know what? There's a reason because there's probably something I missed and something that I could have said or done better that didn't come through. So let's go ahead and dive in. The two first cards that came out were the intuition and were the gentleness. So the message I got from there is that, this is the time of the year where you're having to go around family. Or for some of you, it's very difficult because you don't have family to go around. Maybe you've missed somebody, maybe you've lost people this year. But regardless of whatever is happening, I feel like there's a situation of conflict, really. And this is a channel message. This is not the main energy for your guys' month. This is not, because the rest of the readings, hopefully you'll see me go through this where I'm talking about the main energy for the months, the main lessons and all that, because each of these cards had that signifier. But this is just a channeled message. This is just going to apply to those that it resonates with. If you're dealing with family members around the holidays that make you very frustrated and kind of pull out that lower Aries energy out of you, especially for Aries moon, Mercury and Mars, you guys need to kind of reel it in. Use your intuition on how to deal with the situation, which your intuition is going to be guiding you to take a gentle approach and to just kind of let things roll off your back, to kind of just let things go because it's not worth it. It's definitely like this dark turmoil energy, but it's not a big thing. It's not something that's like, it could be. Here's the thing is that I feel like it could be a big thing if you make it a big thing, but it doesn't have to be a big thing. If you take a gentle approach, it's going to be a lot better for you. It's going to be teaching you, it really wraps into the rest of this reading. So let's go ahead and dive into the rest of this reading. Your main energy for the month, guys, is going to be that 10 of Pentacles there, which is awesome. It's a very stabilizing energy. A lot of people will see this and they'll be like, yes, that means that I'm going to be coming into a crap ton of money this month, which for some of you, a select few, that might be the case. However, what I've noticed how this card plays out in my own life and how it plays out for clients is that it generally is you working towards building that stability of that 10 of Pentacles, that foundation where you can create a legacy, really. It's having what you need and then having excess so you can pass that down eventually. So I feel like you guys have been working really hard towards that on a physical realm, but this also is picking up a lot on relationships. So let's talk about the relationships. Your next card that came out in regards to like what's going on with your relationships this month is the Ten of Pentacles. I'm sorry, the Ten of Pentacles. The Wheel of Fortune, which is another 10. Okay, so we have two tens and we have a 9 and we have an 8. Like, so you guys are finishing up a cycle, 8, 9, 10. And when this 8 of Swords down here, right? This was me trying to figure out what's going on with that Wheel of Fortune, because the Wheel of Fortune is great. It does, but it's not always good. So let me explain that. The Wheel of Fortune lets you know that things are changing, the tides are turning, and things are generally going in your favor. Now, I don't read reversal, so when it is reversed, it will show that something might it might be changing for the, like, if you've been doing well financially, you know, everything's a cycle. Maybe you're going to be having some sort of financial difficulties. So I always like to pull out another card to see kind of what is changing for the better or for the worse. And we got the Eight of Swords. I'm sorry, the Eight of the Eight of Swords. And so it's like that is very, very positive. I feel like whatever you guys have been going through some stuff with your relationships, so that is either it's one that you are in, one that you are working towards. This even could be about family. I'm kind of getting a lot of family vibes here too. So it could be with another family member, but whatever's happening where you've been having difficulties with this person and this individual, it's a lot of it was self-created. Now, that's not to say that there hasn't been situations that this person has done to you or things they've said to you that has helped create some of those worries and doubts and anxiety and fear that comes with that Eight of Swords. However, a lot of it was self-created because of your inability to really communicate your emotions and your feelings regarding certain situations to this individual. I feel like for people in relationships, a lot of this had to do with finances. There was a lot of financial stressors. And because of the miscommunications, things just came out in anger. That's what I'm getting. Like all this anger. And you guys know all about anger, right? You would get anxiety and you'd be scared and you would be stressed and all of that. Instead of communicating those emotions, you let them build up, and what came out, and it might not even be like how you meant it to come out. It's just that's how the other person perceived it, was just anger. And one of your big lessons this month is that Nine of Wands, and it's not the lesson of watch your back at all. Not with the rest of these cards. It's learning to let go of that. It's learning to open up, because you've been watching your back. You've had your back against the wall with all your wands out, like created around you like a fence. And what I'm seeing is that individual that's standing back there, walking forward and ripping those apart and being like, listen, like, I need to communicate more. I can't let these things build up and get all this darkness, all this dark energy. You know, there's a darkness there. Like, I need to release this so I can get over to this side. As you can see, like, look how the cards, as they get lighter as they go. So that's something that I feel like is really changing for you guys in your relationships. There's some sort of understanding that's coming between whoever you're dealing with, and a cycle is completing. Now, this, I don't really feel like that's a case, but of course, because this is such a large collective and so many different, people have Aries placements, there could be some relationships ending. However, if they are ending, it is something that is kind of like mutually agreed. It's not going to cause a lot of anxiety, and it's something that you probably had a lot of anxiety about doing. It's going to be something that's like, okay, yeah, like we're pretty much done here, aren't we? And the other person will be like, yeah. But if you guys have been working and fighting towards to get, dealing with the relationship and trying to get it to work, I really do feel like this is that tide is changing. That if you've been in this very anxious, like, I want to make this work and I'm not sure how energy, the good luck is coming to that situation. And it is fated. It is divinely placed energy. However, as you can see, we have mostly minor arcana, which means that you're doing most of the work. You have the ability to co-create. You have the ability to take certain actions to help yourself out of these swords. Okay, to get yourself out of this bondage and out of this anxious state. So definitely a cycle completing with some sort of toxic energy between you and another person, and things going for the better. And so what else we have here is I want to see, like, what's going on with you guys spiritually. What are you guys going to be looking forward to there? And we have solar plexus chakra activation coming out, which is perfect, because when I was discussing this before, I was saying, I think a lot of the times when people talk about Aries and being immature, And people talk about Aries kind of like popping off and that kind of stuff. I feel like a lot of it is a defense mechanism, because you guys are very confident and you are the I am energy, right? But that's, that's ego. Everyone's ego is, it's not just like, oh, I'm the best person. Your ego sits there and degrades you and brings you down, and can make you feel really, really awful, which is why it's very, very important to get it under control so you can tap into intuition and not ego. Your intuition isn't going to make you feel bad. The intuition is just known. It's like when you walk out the door and you realize you forgot your phone and you're like, oh, my phone. You don't have like a fear or anger or, confusion. There's no emotion attached to that knowing. Versus ego will come in with things that sound like intuition in regards to, like, oh, I can't do that. Might be like, wait, maybe that's a sign that I can't do this, or I shouldn't do this. Maybe that's a message for my guides. But if it makes you feel some kind of way, like if you feel like I can't do that, and there's that feeling of like not feeling good enough, that's where it's ego, because your intuition is not doing anything with your emotions. Just emotions have nothing to do with intuition. So, your solar plexus chakra activation, that's all where your confidence is. And I feel like there was, like when I was talking about the frustrations with the relationship and some issues, especially for romantic relationships, where you guys have been together over a while, I feel like finances were a huge problem, and they caused a lot of this anxiety and the stress and the fighting, and the closed offness. And it was like, it's made you, going through these financial changes and maybe changes at work has really kind of made you question, who am I? What is my worth? What is my worth to this other person? What is my purpose? Like there's been, I feel kind of some big questions coming up for you guys. And so that's all part of the solar plexus chakra activation, where you're reaffirming who you are. When you bring down those walls and you can communicate clearly with the other person or other people about who you are and how you're feeling and what you have to offer, and what you're willing to work towards, it's going to really just boost that solar plexus activation and clear out a lot of crap that's been being held back. When we hold things back, when we hold emotions and fears and other things back from the people that we're supposed to be the closest to, from our, very, very close friends or family, or your partner. I mean, that's supposed to be your person. That's supposed to be the person that you are able to talk to about pretty much anything with. And if that's not the case, it's something that you need to look at. Like, is this a relationship I should be in? Or is this something that we both need to work on because, we need to be more open with one another? And I feel like a lot of you guys are coming to that point where you're being able to be more open and honest about your emotions as they come up. Instead of letting them fester and turn into anger. Because that's what I'm getting, is that all of your emotions that you're getting, you allow them to fester and eventually they turn into anger. And that's, nobody wants to be presented with anger. Everybody's going to shut down if that's all you're, projecting out. And believe me, like I've been going through a lot. And so most of my energy comes out in my personal life is anger right now. And I'm not used to that. That's not really normally me, but I'm more used to like crying because I have a Pisces, Mars, and Venus, but I've been this very angry, and it's not helpful, and it's hard not to be like that. I totally comprehend that now. I don't have any Aries in my chart, but I totally get that now, of how hard it is to be angry, and it's just me telling you that you don't have to be angry. I feel like you can communicate with this person about how you're feeling. And that's only if you are resonating with this, that this is a person that you have an established relationship with. This is not for people that are in like kind of new situations. People in new situations, though, I'm not discounting this security and this understanding that's coming in, but this is going to be really geared towards those that are in kind of established relationships that are dealing with some things. Okay, and I think that is about it. Let's go ahead. Let's just check in with finances, even though we have that 10 of Pentacles, which does indicate it's a pretty good financial month for you guys. Let's see what else is coming out regarding finances. And then I'll do one more final card. The High Priestess. So we have two indicators for intuition. The High Priestess, I feel like one's just coming out for me to be like, yes, you already know how it is for these guys, and it's going to be a financially good time. So congratulations on that. However, I feel like she's also coming out because there's some things financially that you also are already aware of. And you might have some indicators, like you might be really wanting to explore something, and she's coming out to let you know, like, definitely that desire to explore that topic is coming from your higher self. It's not just coming from within. Sorry for all the noise. I'm getting out my deck because I want to get one more card for you guys. And we are going to use the Archangel's Oracle cards for that. So one more card, one last message for Aries placements before we leave for today. Healthy lifestyle, Archangel Raphael. So Archangel Raphael is going to be assisting you guys a lot this month. You might be seeing or feeling that energy. You might see more stuff about Archangel Raphael. If you're not into the archangels, then you can just disregard that. But healthy lifestyle, eat a healthful diet, get adequate sleep, exercise regularly for optimal health. I feel like because a lot of this kind of tough energy regarding the relationship or whatever interpersonal situation that you're in with another person that's causing you kind of, I heard chaos. Like you haven't been eating well, you haven't been sleeping well, you've been very stressed out. And it also could be about work. Like for single people, this could be all about work and how tides are changing for you at work. And now like there's some financial abundance coming in for you guys. Like now that you have that, you really do need to go back to focusing on taking care of your physical body. You always should have been, but believe me, I know, like, oh God, I know it is hard to do that whenever you're emotionally distressed. A lot of the times we will want to take control of something, and if we're in a situation that makes us feel like we don't have any control and that we're tied up, and we will do that via like really kind of not healthy things. So make sure that you are going outside, getting air, drinking water, eating, no starving yourself. I feel like some people might be not eating much because they're wanting to feel some sort of sense of control. So don't do that. And just take care of yourself again. Like you can take care of yourself again. That's what I'm hearing. Like you can take care of yourself again. Not that you ever should have stopped. I have to clarify, like make sure that's totally clear with you guys. You never should have stopped. It's never okay to stop. But it's like your guides know, the universe knows that this was a difficult time and that you're not perfect and that it's just like giving you the nudge that, okay, now things are kind of calming down for you. Get back onto your routine with taking care of your physical body. Okay? All right, guys, so that's going to be it. That's for Aries. Reading for November, your lessons, what's going on. Let me know what you think in the comments. Let me know what's going on with you guys and what your other placements are. Again, make sure to check out the other videos for your other placements for all the planets, but mainly personal planets. And I think that's it. So make sure that you do check out the description box below for other videos you might be interested in and for all the information on how to contact me elsewhere. I am going to reopen personal readings soon. I don't want to do it just yet because I'm still trying to figure things out on my personal life and how I'll be recording those. But make sure that you are following my Facebook and my social media stuff so you can see when that opens up, because I have been getting a lot of emails and I love you guys so much about wanting to book with me. I will make sure that it is known when my shop is back open and you can book. All right. I love you guys. I hope you have a good November. Don't let the older folks at Thanksgiving dinner, if you celebrate it, stress you guys out. Okay. That was another message that came through that I didn't get on this recording, I don't think, with these two cards was, if you're dealing with somebody at Thanksgiving or Christmas or whatever you celebrate during this time of the year, there's going to be relatives that test you and really try you and just be like, okay, like just let it go. You're not changing their mind. You're not giving them a big epiphany. They're not going to see things any different. And if you can just say, okay, and let it go, they're not even going to remember any of that the next day anyway. So all it's going to do is piss you off. And you don't need to be pissed off. You're finally getting into a good place is what I see here. All right, guys, I will see you next time.